In 2015, Notion was dead.
The very first version of Notion is a web page builder. That's the prototype. And from there, evolve into a web app builder. That's pretty much the first few years of Notion.
The product barely worked. Users were leaving, and the money was almost gone. The founders packed their bags and left San Francisco, not for another accelerator or pivot. They flew to Kyoto, Japan.
It takes me several years to realize that people don't want to build apps. Very few people want to do that. Fundamentally, we have to rewrite the whole software.
No headlines, no fanfare, just two people trying to rebuild a company from scratch. Today, that same company is worth over $10 billion and used by over 30 million people, from indie creators to global enterprises.
I think the most important one is about yourself. It's about, are you building something for yourself, or are you building something that the world wants?
And it all started in 2013 with an idea. What if software didn't tell you how to work? What if it adapted to the way you work? Ivan Zhao, a designer, Simon Last, an engineer. Together, they imagined a modular tool, a digital Lego set for knowledge work. They raised $2 million, hired a super small team, and built extremely fast. But the vision outran the execution. By 2015, their app was crashing. The tech stack couldn't scale, and what was supposed to feel empowering felt totally confusing. The market shrugged, the money ran low, and the team was let go. Then the founders left, moving to Kyoto, to simplify, to focus. In an apartment above a shop, they worked in silence.
Kyoto, probably because during World War II, it wasn't got bombed, and a lot of older houses are still there. They're quite a bit bigger, and the pace of life in the city is slower, and it's a much cheaper city than San Francisco. So rebuild the notion that everybody's working on today is rebuilt from that stage.
Ivan redesigned everything pixel by pixel. Simon rebuilt the entire back end, line by line. They weren't iterating, they were starting over. Then in 2016, they shipped the first version of their second iteration, Notion 1.0. No press push, no launch party, just a quietly beautiful tool. Notes, tasks, wikis, clean design, simple interactions. One place for everything outside email and Slack.
We came in and said, hey, here's a knowledge base so you can collaborate with all your friends. Now, underneath that product, all the capabilities still exist. Like, you can still modify it, you can still build your own software, but my marketing to you is less about that and more about specific things that you need to do your job.
Product Hunt noticed. The internet noticed. Notion had something few tools did: coherence, intentionality, flow. Through 2017, they expanded slowly. Windows, iOS, offline mode, Slack integration, fixing bugs, polishing workflows, listening to feedback. No growth hacks, no campaigns, just a product getting quietly better. And then the real breakthrough. March 2018, Notion 2.0.
We try to keep things we call it keep it extremely simple. The simplest, we use the word dumb. So dumb that you don't need to pay too much attention to start picking up and start using.
Database tables, Kanban boards, calendars, all built on the same system of blocks. Flexible, unified, visual. It felt like using a tool you already understood, but more powerful the deeper you went. Users started sharing templates, posting walkthroughs. Reddit threads turned into playbooks. TikTok exploded with setups and aesthetic dashboards. Notion didn't run ads, it didn't need to, it spread because it felt different. It was the first productivity app that made people feel in control of their work. By late 2019, Notion hit 1 million users. The team, still under 10 people. They'd stayed profitable, turned down investors, and focused on the product.
We are not building a CRM, or we are not building a specific project management software, but we're giving you all the building blocks so that you can build it.
Then 2020 happened. Remote work wasn't just a trend, it became the norm overnight. Teams scrambled to adapt. Notion was already built for this moment. They made their personal plan free. No storage caps, no throttled features, just a great tool open to anyone. That decision unlocked a tidal wave. Millions more joined. Teams adopted it. People brought Notion into work because they already used it at home. By 2021, the numbers spoke for themselves. 20 million users. 80% of the Fortune 100 were using it somewhere internally. Investors came knocking again, and this time, Notion said yes. $275 million raised at a $10 billion valuation, all built on product-led growth, user trust, and a community that made it their own.
And we have the marketing team and the community that takes the building blocks and creates templates that market specific use cases, and that makes it a very efficient engine, right? Engineers don't have to think about building a very specific use case. They focus on just building capability, and then marketing and other stakeholders build the packaging that we can go out and sell.
By 2022, the goal had shifted. It wasn't just about organizing information, it was about understanding it. Notion launched Notion AI. Summarize notes, draft content, answer questions, all using the data already inside your workspace. Notion AI wasn't a chatbot bolted on. It was woven into the fabric of the product. Because Notion isn't just trying to be a better notes app, they're building a new kind of interface, where AI isn't a separate tool, but the invisible layer that connects everything. They acquired Cron for calendars, Skiff for encrypted docs and mail. They're building, not just expanding, a productivity platform with intelligence at its core. Notion didn't grow because of better marketing. They grew because they made hard choices early and stayed focused. This company was dead in 2015. By 2024, it was one of the most admired SaaS platforms on the planet. And along the way, they rewrote the rules for what software could be.
There's a billion knowledge workers out there, and our hope is that all of them feel the power to modify or create their own software.
So here's what they got right. If your product is broken, start over. Notion didn't patch, they rebooted. Kyoto wasn't a retreat, it was a rebuild. Obsess over the product craftsmanship, then let the product sell itself. People buy experience. When you do this, users become advocates and design becomes distribution. Grow slow, then scale fast with control. Notion raised on their terms, with leverage earned through patience, built on a fundamental business practices. Build a system, not a tool. Notion wasn't a feature, it was a framework, a surface for other systems to live on. Use freemium as a strategic flywheel. Free plans weren't marketing. They were a Trojan horse into teams. Make community part of your growth engine. People didn't just use Notion, they built businesses on top of it. Use AI where it helps, not as a marketing tagline. Notion AI works because it knows you, your data, your habits, your notes. Expand with depth, not breadth. Every new product, calendar, mail, AI, isn't a bolt-on, it's deeply integrated. Notion's story isn't just a comeback, it's a reminder that focus, experience, and community still matter. And if they keep getting it right, Notion won't just be where we do our work, it'll be how we think. If you're a business operator looking to scale, like, comment, and subscribe for more.